Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. So Easy Boardwalk has brought us now our fourth sawmill to try out here on the channel. You may recognize this sawmill. This is the Easy Boardwalk 40, the same one that we've had since the beginning for the last 3 years. And then we tried the Model Junior, and then we tried the Model 50. We're back to the 40, but there's a huge difference between this one and the one we had for the last 3 years. The first design change in 20 years on this sawmill. So this sawmill has remained largely unchanged for the last 20 years or so. There may have been some small tweaks here and there, like maybe changing out the handle on the blade tensioner or moving, a cross member 2 inches left or right. Very small changes to this mill, and that's for good reason. It just works. It is a manual sawmill that provides you with the ability to cut straight, true dimensional lumber for the least amount of money involved. Now the design change here is something that I actually special requested when I got the Model 50 to try out, and that was to add a hydraulic log turner. And the reason I asked for it is because with the Model 50 you can do up to a 40 or 50 inch log on that sawmill, and when you have a log that big, how are you supposed to turn it? And so we needed to add some kind of hydraulic assistance, unless you had a skid loader or an excavator, but even a 40 inch log is a bear to wrestle around with my 6-ton mini excavator. So I told the owner, Stanton, I said, hey, for that Model 50 and for the Model 40, you might want to think about adding as an option a hydraulic log turner. And the really cool thing about what he did, one, he listened to me and came up with one. It took him about 3 months to develop it, but he made it so that it can be bolted on to an existing Model 40. So if you're out there and you have an Easy Boardwalk 40, you can call Stanton and he can drop ship you everything that you need to run that hydraulic log turner. And all that's involved is, you can see they've got the actual turner itself right here. It is a chain drive. It bites on the log and can flip it up. You have your taller log stops, so you can turn the log against those. You also have an extra set of log stops on the back, because if you accidentally hit the lever the wrong way, you could shoot that log off the back. So that's something else they thought of, was to add log stops on this side. Because of the way that the Easy Boardwalk is designed, and that the whole engine is mounted to the drive of the flywheels, they could not tap into this engine to run the pump for the log turner. So they actually provide you with a second Honda engine. This is a Honda GX 390 that has the hydraulic pump on it, the hydraulic tank, and then you also get your joystick or valving for the log turner. Now this can mount, either they give you a stand or you can mount it right here to the hydraulic tank. That's one thing I've been thinking about, is where do I want to mount that? Because when you're on this side, you can see the chain and see exactly what it's doing right there, but you can't see, like when you make that first cut, you want to flip it and have it be perfectly 90 on your log stops on this side. So you need to be able to see both sides. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking that stand and mounting it somewhere back here, so you can see the log turner on this side and you can see your log stops on this side. Now, as far as pricing goes, I asked Stanton, I said, what are you looking to get for this? I mean, if you were to get a Easy Boardwalk Model 40, how much would that be additional? Or if you already have a Model 40 and you wanted to add this to it, how much would it be? And he said about $4,500. So I believe that the Easy Boardwalk 40 is a $13,000 sawmill. And so if you add the hydraulic log turner to it, that's going to take you up to $17,500 to get a sawmill that can do a 40-inch log with a hydraulic log turner. I think that is probably one of the best deals out there. Usually to get a hydraulic sawmill, now granted this would be a fully hydraulic sawmill, you're looking at $45,000, $55,000, $60,000. So to be able to get one that'll turn the log for you for $17,500, that is a pretty good value in my book. Now what you are giving up with this sawmill versus a fully hydraulic mill is you're not going to have a log lift. You're not going to be able to just set the log right there, roll it there, and then have a lift, bring it up onto the mill and put it in place for you. And you're also not going to have hydraulic log clamps that will suck the log into your log stops there. I will say though, in just this first log that we squared up with this, you can actually use that, lift it up, and use it to scoot the log up against your log stop. So it's not as efficient as hydraulic log clamps, but it still does work and prevents you from getting out the cant hook. So anyway, what I want to do now is I want to finish getting this log milled up. We'll go grab another one and I'll give you some upper close footage of that log turner in action when we start with a raw round log. All right, well, there is your first look at the newest option from Easy Boardwalk, a hydraulic log turner. I think these things are going to sell like hotcakes when you consider how little additional money they add to the overall cost of a sawmill and the added benefit that you get and just how much easier it's going to make milling lumber. Again, this is a manual sawmill that now the manual part of turning the logs, which arguably is the hardest part of turning a log, has been completely removed from the equation. You know, I was talking to Stanton about possibly in the future adding hydraulic log clamps, again, to clamp the logs down. That would, again, improve the functionality of the sawmill, but then you're just adding more and more cost, which I think is getting away from the mission of Easy Boardwalk Sawmills, which is to bring you the highest quality sawmill for the least amount of money. And I think that's what they've done here. Again, $4,500 of additional expense to remove a ton of manual labor. I think the hydraulic log clamps and the power feed head and the power up and down head that a lot of these other sawmill manufacturers have for $45,000, $50,000, $55,000. Don't get me wrong, I think they're great and it would be awesome to have one, but it's just not affordable for the everyday average Joe. And this is something that's going to get you into sawmilling for less than $20,000 as opposed to 40 or 50. And because he designed the log turner to be a bolt-on addition, you don't have to go out and buy a brand new sawmill to get this. If you already have an Easy Boardwalk, you can order just the log turner kit and everything you need will come with it. Or if you want to try to find a used Easy Boardwalk 40 on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something like that, you can also buy a used one and then order the log turning kit for it separately. Speaking of affordable sawmills, we still have 2 demo models here on the property. This is the Easy Boardwalk Junior. This sawmill normally retails for $9,200. I milled 1 log with it, and Stanton is offering it as a demo unit for $7,200. So $2,000 off on this Easy Boardwalk Junior that has 1 log milled on it. And then we have the Easy Boardwalk 50, which we just pulled out from the building. And I've only milled 2 logs with this. This is the largest sawmill that Easy Boardwalk makes. Normally this sawmill is $22,500. I've milled 2 logs with it. The hour meter reads 1.3 hours, and Stanton is asking $19,500 for this as a demo unit with 1.3 hours on it, so $3,000 savings. Anyways, guys, that's gonna about wrap this one up. I am extremely excited about the addition of this hydraulic log turn. It's gonna make things a lot easier down here. And if you're in the market for a sawmill, you should be extremely excited about the possibility of buying something basically brand new with a couple of hours on either of the engines and being able to save $2,000 or $3,000. I have no skin in the game. You're not going to be contacting me to buy them. I'm not selling you anything. If you want to buy either one of those demo unit sawmills, you need to get a hold of Stanton, the owner of Easy Boardwalk. I will leave a phone number and website in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.